The year is 2010. In this old photograph, I'm standing on the right at my first commencement ceremony at Cuyahoga Community College, celebrating student achievement alongside my colleague, mentor, and friend, Professor John Kerezy. It was my first year as a full-time faculty member and a time of personal challenges as well. Not an easy year for me, but I found encouragement, support, and a steady stream of positive energy from a person standing next to me, Professor Kerezy. In 2010, as part of our television production courses, our students produced a newscast called 77 News. John would often visit our studio on the Western Campus, sharing his knowledge about news writing and delivery. He would often appear on our shows.
Hello, you're watching Tri-C 77 News. Want to improve your writing skills but would rather watch a movie? JMC 1310 and English 990, offered by John Kerezy, combine both. Right now we have a live feed with Mr. Kerezy. What can you tell us about this new course?
Christine, this course is a learning community. It's a combination of English 990 and Film Appreciation, Journalism Mass Communication 1310. And the students who enroll in it will get credit for watching and writing about movies and also reading and writing assignments for essays in their English class.
What are the benefits?
Real simple. You can watch a movie, write a paper, and have it count for both classes. Or in some cases, we're going to assign the book that the movie is based on. Students who read that book, write about it, then watch the movie, and then write about that as well. So it's a win-win situation for the students as well as the instructors who help the students improve their English and writing skills.
What time does it start?
Oh, it's 8 in the morning, way too early. But we are going to have coffee and bagels and croissants. You can actually eat while you watch the movies for this class. But again, we've had a lot of success at Tri-C with these learning communities, and our biggest goal, Christine, is to help every student at Cuyahoga Community College live long and prosper.
For more information, contact John Kerezy at 216-987-5040.
Okay, thank you, Professor Kerezy. Always entertaining.
Yes,
I would
indeed.
say. And I think it should be pointed out that that breakfast that's included in that is not a free breakfast. Professor Kerezy is not providing breakfast for everybody. You have to bring your own breakfast.
Yes.
But Mr. Kerezy being there is reason enough, I think, to join this class.
I think so,
among
too.
the other things that he stated. But yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Professor Kerezy was a passionate educator who always promoted our college, our programs and courses with a simple goal: motivate students to sign up, study, and achieve their own academic goals.
There's no better place to begin a career, begin a college education than right here at Tri-C. We have students from Tri-C who have gone on not only to get their four-year degree, but are now working at Cleveland Magazine, at Channel 5, at Channel 3, The Plain Dealer, many other places. The slogan is not only apt, it's true. It's an excellent place to begin your career. Lots of opportunities. From my perspective, it's not just a slogan, it's reality. Lots of students I know are getting their bachelor's degrees right now, are doing internships, are working in the real world, and they all got their beginnings right here at Tri-C. From my perspective, what Tri-C does is foundational. We try to set the base upon which a student can do well in those first 2 years, and then move on to a Cleveland State or a Kent State or an Akron or John Carroll. And we're really trying to prepare our students for the jobs that exist in the 21st century, in digital, in the internet, in film, and in many other areas. So go that extra mile with us, and we're going to go 2 extra miles for you. I meet with them, I counsel them, we show them places like the TV studio. We let them know about our affiliations with places such as Kent State and Akron and Cleveland State University, and show them how they can get their four-year degree by beginning here at Tri-C. We try to develop curriculum and try to keep on top of things that encourage students to be at the leading edge of what they do. Don't just stay to yourself. You have to get out into the real world, make an effort at doing things in order to succeed. at a fascinating time where there's great change going on, but wonderful people who are at the leading edge of that and understand it and are trying to prepare students for bachelor's degrees plus careers in that area. Tri-C is an ideal place for you. The best people in life know that you've got to fall down once in a while because you've got to try. Many, many good places you can go to from Tri-C as long as you understand the system and you're willing to be patient, get a good advisor, and work it. So, in a word, I'd say try. Great things happening for our students. One of the fastest growing, most burgeoning professions today is the field of public relations. And that's one reason to take MJS 2060, Principles of Public Relations. You'll learn the nuts and bolts of practicing public relations, the writing, the social media aspects, PR, and how to get going in that field. This is the course for you. We will have practitioners, people who work in PR, from the Cleveland Guardians, from Live Nation, from other places in both the corporate world and the entertainment world, popping in and giving us how-tos in this class. Planning to have an internship? Be sure to sign up for MJS 1820. It's a course we offer that gets you college credit for that. So you both make some money and get some college credit while you're doing it. MJS 1010, Principles of Media and Communications, is a survey course. We cover all aspects of traditional media and, of course, new media, including social media and everything that's associated with the internet, including video games. This is also a course that does meet the requirements for our Social Media Influencer Certificate, which we just got last year, approved by the state of Ohio.
Besides teaching variety of media and journalism courses, John was a driving force behind our new short-term certificate.
These courses are in 4 different academic areas, but if you complete them, you have a leg up for careers, jobs, freelance opportunities in social media. Another important course in our social media certificate is, of course, MJS 1320, Social Media Communication. We teach a lot about the channels, and it combines both learning and practical experience in handling channels in social media communication. Contributions which blacks have made to journalism, to movies, to television, to music, and all other aspects of media in this country are incalculable. MJS 1611, Black Media, explores all of that. It's a very important course, one I would strongly encourage you to take. We're excited about the fact that Ohio University has agreed to a transfer arrangement with us, so students who want to take media and journalism study courses at Tri-C can have many of those courses transfer seamlessly for a bachelor's degree in journalism at Ohio University down in Athens. Don't delay! Sign up as soon as you can for courses. Hope you'll sign up.
In addition, John is a published book author. Glory Reborn, A History of Wabash College and its Athletics, came out in 2017.
Glory Reborn was a project that kind of ruminated in my mind for a little while. As alumni go back to their colleges for events and activities, there'd always be discussion about what was the best football team, what was the best basketball team. And through a little bit of preliminary research, I discovered this kind of window where the college had some phenomenal athletics, starting with a national runner-up in football and a national championship in basketball. So I shared it with the college, and the college kind of liked the idea of putting together kind of like a focus history about that point in time. So that was kind of how it came about. It was my idea, but the college green-lighted it and provided a little bit of financial support for it. Wabash had a very glorious athletic history in what we call the early days of intercollegiate athletics. It won the first intercollegiate football game played in the state of Indiana. It had an intercollegiate baseball game that goes back to the Civil War times. It had an intercollegiate basketball team that actually won the national championship in 1907. It was a challenge well worth doing. I was able to tell the stories of hundreds of student athletes and tell a story about some developments and interesting things going on in the life of the college at the time that would probably have never seen the light of day if I hadn't tackled that.
Professor Kerezy's passion for speech and verbal communication led to numerous speech and debate programs he established in local high schools between 2008 and 2017. But nothing speaks more about Professor Kerezy's persona than reflections from his old students who achieved success in their respective professions.
John was head of the Wabash College News Bureau when I started college there in 1978. He took me in, he guided me, and taught me not only how to write effectively, but also to think and reflect and communicate and love what I did. My first boss when I became a lawyer back in 1985 told me about writing lawsuits and court briefs. Judges are too busy. You need to tell the story in the first page because they won't read any more than that. John taught me how to do that. How to write a story in an interesting and understandable way. How to write news stories and sports stories and feature stories.
John was one of my very first communications professors at Tri-C, which was such a formative moment as I developed my passion for communications and launched me into my career. We stayed in touch for the last 15 years. He was really interested in where my career was progressing when I was moving through communications agencies and then joining ultimately Goodyear, where I'm currently a director. And last year, John even ended up writing a piece over something that I was working on with the Goodyear Blimp's 100th anniversary.
Long before email and cloud storage, I'd hammer out stories on my Smith Corona electric typewriter, then race them over to the local newspaper office around midnight. The next day, there was my name on a story in the paper. If the editor chopped off the last 11 paragraphs because they didn't have enough newsprint space, the story still worked because of what John taught me. When I write anything, I think of John because his teachings are embedded into me as part of my soul.
Write every day, write nonstop, share your writing with other people, get into a writer's group or writer's league, get published, even if it's just your own blog, get critical acclaim for what you do, get advice and input from people on how to make things better. Nothing that appears in Glory Reborn is in its first draft.
Thank you, John, for everything. Your legacy isn't ending today. It's simply making a deadline somewhere else.
It's been so helpful to always have John to go to. He's always been so supportive and such a good resource.
What he has taught me and so many others continues to wonderfully affect me in my work as a lawyer and as a future creative writer every day and will never ever cease.
Congratulations on your retirement. You will certainly be missed, and it's well deserved. Thank you.
Professor Kerezy's last semester as an educator was in the summer of 2026. I'll always remember him as my academic mentor, colleague, and collaborator. It's been 16 years since our first picture at the commencement. We can't stop the passage of time. Our faces look older, but we are still young in our hearts. John will be busy catching alligators in Florida, running marathons, and writing more books, while I continue to inspire new students the way I learned from my mentor. In the name of all of us, students, teachers, journalists, writers, happy retirement, sir, and stay young, my friend. Adios, amigo.
Take action. Proper planning and preparation promotes perfect performance. Adios, everybody.